Welcome back to Dusty Valley here on FS22. This episode we focus purely on Field 61 and finally get to do some proper agricultural work. However, before that we need to buy some more equipment, so Dusty and I go on our last big shop, pushing us very close to bankruptcy. Good morning everybody and welcome back to Dusty Valley. We are in the latter half of February. It's coming up to 9 o'clock in the morning, 204,000 Eurobucks in the bank, and I am just about to head over to Field 61 because I think we're going to have a real busy day. Dusty's going to be having a quick check on the animals, the cows, the sheep, the chickens, the ducks. I'm out here, as I say, heading down to Field 61 because I think for the first time since moving to the valley, we are actually going to be getting on with some proper field work. Now, I must admit, I didn't expect the snow. Wow, it's bobbly around here. I didn't expect the snow to be quite so heavy this morning. I don't think it's going to stick around, and I'm hoping that it's not going to put a dampener on my plans for the day. I think we should be okay. Let's just get around this corner here and into the field, and I'll jump out and we'll have a chat. So here we are in Field 61, but before we crack on, let me say welcome to any new viewers. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We are ever so slightly behind our target for the month, and if you want to know what that target is in terms of subscribers, just jump over to the channel description about page and you'll see the latest challenge that we've got set for ourselves there. This is going to be a cracking episode. I'm really looking forward to it. We've got a lot of work on the plate, so let me explain what that is. First of all, if you remember, this field was one that had corn in it, and we didn't harvest that for sale as edible corn. We actually used that to feed our silage operation for the cows. So that's worked out really well. We have actually probably got a surplus of silage now, but this field has always needed a little bit of attention. It needs ploughing, it needs lime, obviously it needs cultivating. The weeds are already coming up. And yes, the weather hasn't been great for that, but although it's snowing today, it is warming up. So I think now's a great time to dedicate our efforts into Field 61 to get this ready for whatever crop we decide to put in next. There's also Field 63 over there by the farm. You can just about see the brown earth in the distance. That also is ready and could be planted today. Now, those of you who know the months of the year will know if we're in February, there is actually only one crop we could plant. So that's a little bit of a spoiler for later on. But what we are going to need is some equipment. So I'm about to head down to the stores to do our last big shop. It will take us close to bankruptcy, but I'm hoping we can leave about 100k in the bank for any future issues. Our production chains aren't all fully up to speed just yet. The dairy is underway, it's looking good. Of course, we're producing all the various things from the animals such as milk, eggs and wool, and those will eventually also go into production chains. Dusty's over the moon as he now has his sawmill underway, and again we will continue to keep wood going in there. But for today, it's going to be a big shop, it's new equipment time, and then we're going to be doing our first proper field work. Right, let's get the door shut up and locked off. The snow is still falling, but it is going to cut itself out at about 10 o'clock, so I think we'll be okay. This is something we need to attend to. We are actually doing so well here with our little farmer's garden that Dusty and I have more than enough to eat, and we've got all this surplus. So what we're going to do is chuck this on the back of the trailer and head it down when we go and pick up the rest of the machinery.
Well, that's everything strapped on here, computer guy. You got any more kicking around?
Yeah, I think I've chucked a couple in the stores, so if we just travel down, I'll chuck them on the back and then we'll head into town.
Sure. I'll swing her around and see you down there.
Now I know I stored some, I think in here. Not in the garage, no, it's definitely in here. When we had a little bit of surplus early days. Yeah, there we go. What have we got? Strawberries. Yeah, 2 strawberries, tomato. It makes sense to sell this now. We're still in February, the prices are still good. Dusty will be swinging around here any minute and we can get them chucked on. Right, drag these out of here and me and Dusty can load them on the back. Right, let's get these doors shut up then. Empty stores. It's nice in a way because it means you know you're making profit, but also means that we don't have any food stored. Everything is growing so well at the minute. It is quite warm. I know it's snowing and I've said this earlier, but it is really quite warm here. Right, let's get it moving then. Well, we're back at the restaurant, and that, if I remember, is strawberries, is it red lettuce and melon? So we've got the red lettuce there, not tomatoes. The melon can come off. Let's hop back down. And the strawberries. Right, I'll get these unstrapped. We'll get them in. We'll get paid. I want to get down the shop. Okay, that's everything I've loaded. What have we got? 204,331 euro bucks. Right, I'm just going to shift these in position for the boys, and let's see how much we can make. Strawberries going in. They're done. Just the melons left. And 4,432. I'm happy with that. Right, let's get the rest dropped off. We've got 2 more drop-offs, and then we're going to go spend some big money. Lettuce here at the snack bar, Alfredo's. Let's get that in. There we go. Can't imagine we're going to make much on this, but every little helps. It's all going to go towards the new equipment we want to buy. What are we looking at here? 976. One final drop off to go. Money's racking up. I don't think we'll make more than the lettuce, but it will give us a total at the end. I'll do a quick bit of totting up in the truck here. 992 euro bucks. Oh, well, just while Dusty has popped inside to get himself a coffee, let's do a bit of totting up. So we got 4432, 976, and the final little sale was 992. So that's 26210. Well, that's one goes under there. 379. So that's a 10. That's another 10. That's 20. So carry the 2. 499 plus the 2. So that's 24. So carry the 2 again. 4,000 plus the 2,000, so 6,400 euro bucks was our total for that little bit of produce there. I'm happy with that. That is going to go towards our purchases that we make in the store right now. Okay, let's go and see if they've got any sales on, and let's go and see what they've got on the catalogue. So we need to pick up a planter, because if we're going to put corn back in there, or even sunflowers, we're going to need the right equipment to do that. We're also going to need a plough, and I'm of the mind I'd rather have a subsoiler. Ploughs are big, cumbersome things. They really do dig into the earth, but I think a subsoiler is perfectly adequate. You often can get wider subsoilers anyway, so I'm going to keep my eyes out for a decent plough or subsoiler. We also need to spread some lime, so we're going to need a spreader. Then we're going to need to buy some lime. Yeah, okay, right. Let's wait for a salesman and let's have a look. Right, I'm patched into their online catalogue, so we don't need a little front loader, although that would be perfect for down at the greenhouses. Okay, headers we don't need. We don't need to plant anything. What do we get here? Forage wagon, the Fendt 900. Hello, baby brother, to the 1000 we've got. Don't need that. Ah, what's that? Cultivator. No, we don't sadly need a cultivator. We don't need a wagon. So there's actually nothing in the used vehicle sales which is of any use to us. So let's jump straight across to planters, because I think that's where we're going to be spending most of our money today. So let's have a look here. Hold on, let's have a look at the Lemkin. I don't want to spend 63,000. Dusty said if we can keep it under 100k, then that should leave us just enough in the pot to see us through winter until it's actually harvest season. So what have we got here? That's not too bad. 4.5, 9 miles an hour. It will do everything we need. Now, I was keen on this, the Amazon 4500 2C Super. This does everything we need. It's slightly wider than the cheaper products, but although the Amazon is only 1.5 meters wider, this is considerably cheaper, almost by 30 grand. Moving on to plows, and I will just have a quick look, although I am biased and I've never been a fan of the plow. Yeah, I mean, huge jumps in prices, and it's pretty much just done by size. So if it's bigger, it costs you more. Looking at this one, the EcoMat 3.5 meters suddenly jumps up with the Lemkin at 4.9. 4.9 is a nice width. 7 miles an hour, 3.5, 23 grand. But then you look at subsoilers, you get a wider variety. They go to a much larger size, and actually they're better value for money. I mean, yes, admittedly, we're looking at the Bednars here, massive pieces of equipment. That's out of our range. We're certainly not looking at that now. But we come down to the combi plows. Yeah, the Agrisem combi plow 3 meter. Okay, so let's compare. 4 meter, 7 miles an hour, 10.5 grand. Well, that's going to be better than that most affordable plow straight away. Lastly, let's have a quick look at spreaders. We've got the Amazon, the classic ZATS. Then we have a modified version. They're selling it at the same price, but this will also do lime, which is an added benefit. I don't see why the standard one couldn't, but there we go. And then the Bredels. I do like a Bredel. Well, the boys have got everything loaded on the back. I just need to go and strap on. So we came in at about 38,400, which I don't think is bad at all. None of this stuff is major big, but then again, we've only got 2 fields we're properly working at the minute. So let's have a look at what we picked up. Starting at the back, we picked up an unbranded lizard farming spreader. This came in at 12,900. For our planter, we picked up the Agromaz Falcon 3, and that came in at 15 Gs. The tasty little Gold 4M subsoiler at a bargain price, I feel, of 10k. And then, of course, we needed a whole bunch of limes. We picked up 8 bags, and that was 2,800. So total 41,200 for the lot. Right, let's get strapped on. We've got a busy day ahead of us.
So what's the plan then, computer guy? How'd you want to tackle field 61?
I'm going to go grab the Fendt, and then I'll take all the equipment off the back that we just bought. If you want to go jump in the JCB and get the forks on, then you can lift in the lime in the back of the trailer. So the first job we'll do is lime that field. Then I think we spray it so we know it's limed and fertilised. Then we can chuck on the cultivator, and if you want to deal with cultivating, then I think it's job done, and we can focus our attentions on the other field, field 63.
Well, that sounds like a plan to me, YouTube guy. I'll drop the ramps and go jump in the JCB.
Well, the snow is still here, ladies and gentlemen, but I am getting excited. We are about to get going with some proper field work. It's the first time. I know I sound like a broken record, but I am genuinely excited to be getting on with a job that isn't just animals. Dust is all for the animals and the wood. I like a bit of proper agriculture. It looks like Dusty's set the width just right.
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, so let's just ease back here. Don't know how well this trailer's going to come off. About there, okay.
Yeah, that's looking good. Okay.
So let's get moving forward and just get into position. Checking my mirrors. We're coming down. There we go. And then Dusty can fill her up right here while I go get the rest of the equipment off. Got the planter on the back. I just need to put it in storage for now, out the way of all the weather and all the elements. We're not going to need it immediately if the snow's going to stick around. So just in here will do fine. I'm sure we'll have it out again in the afternoon, but for now this will do the job. And while I'm here, I may as well pick up the sprayer. There we go, because we want to stick some fertilizer in that field. Stage 1 will do nicely. Wonder how Dusty's getting on with the lime. There's going to be a little bit of back and forth while we get everything set up for this afternoon's operation. I'm just coming down with the sprayer, drop that off at the field. I'll go back and get the lime spreader, and then of course we're going to need the subsoiler, which I completely forgot to mention to Dusty. That is absolutely the first thing we need to do before we cultivate. Right, shall leave the sprayer there, pick up the other bits next. Certainly looks like the snow is easing off, just a couple of bits left and it hasn't settled, so we are good to go with our field 61 field work. Right, let's get this swung around and up the ramp, pick up the subsoiler. And steady. Well, that was a tasty bit of ramp work by me, I must admit. Tell you what, it's all about practice.
Well, there ain't much for me to do around here till the YouTube guy gets back. I think what I'll do is take the Land Rover back to our forest, see if I can't fell a couple of trees, get them all chopped up and ready. Then when the Fendt and the trailer's available, I can take them over to the sawmill and keep that production chain going.
Right, I'm going to leave the subsoiler just there, that's perfect. And then I can pick that up as and when I need it. Last thing I've got to do then is pick up the lime spreader and then get going. And as predicted, the sun is out, the temperature is rising, and it's going to be a lovely afternoon. Right, so I think I'm going to start with the spreading, get that job done, and then I shall subsoil, then I'm going to fertilise, and then I'm going to cultivate. So at every turn I'm mixing in whatever it is we're laying on the top. Sounds like a plan to me. Let me get myself aligned and I shall crack on.
I had a thing and realized I did not need the fence. I could take the truck here and chuck on the JCB. That'll give me all I need to lift the logs on. In fact, might even be easier anyway.
Oh, this is a lovely job. Really enjoying this. Nice and easy. I haven't limed a field for God knows how long. Doing really well. And this little trailer, this little spreader here, is perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think I made the right choice there. GPS should kick in any minute now. Beep-loop. There you go. That's for one of my fans, one of my watchers. He believed that at one time I was making the GPS noise myself.
Well, that's 4 trees I've dropped here. I just gotta prune off the major branches. Then I'll JCB those bad boys straight on the back of the trailer.
Right, just finished. Right, I think that is looking pretty good. There's a couple of patches I've missed. I can see there's a bit in the corner over there. Tell you what, I'm just going to finish those off. Might as well do a proper job. Otherwise, it's not worth doing at all. My goodness, look at the fence. Poor girl, she's absolutely covered. But at least she looks like she's done some proper work. Anyway, I'm happy now. I've got all the corners done, some bits of crop that weren't properly flattened. So I think what we're going to do is drop the spreader here back up, pick up the subsoiler, yeah, and crack on getting all this into the ground, chewed in and turned over. Now this is what farming is all about in my mind. Right, we're on. Let's get into position. Just about here will do, I think. Right, let's get that down. Into the ground. Let's go. Start steady first. Yes. Okay. Power. Power. I think this is going to take me a while. As we know, this isn't wide, it's 4 meters, and this is actually a fairly sizable field. Let me just concentrate here. I just want to back up and swing around and cut this corner nice and square. Here we go. Right, reverse back up into the corner. That'll do. Yes. Yeah, so I think this is going to take me a while. Dusty has gone off to deal with his sawmill, I think he said. That's fine, I've got plenty to get on with. He said he'd be back to do some cultivating later on. So yeah, we're just going to cruise on round and enjoy a bit of proper field work.
That's as much as I'm happy to get on for now. Don't need to overload it. Sawmill's only round the corner. I'll get these last few bits strapped on and run it in. Take a quick check of the operation here. Looks like we're putting out 3,700 units of planks, and we got ourselves 28,469 lengths of wood in there. That's plenty of lumber, and hell, we got ourselves some wood chips as well. Take a look over here. Now that ain't bad at all. Already got ourselves 6 pallets of planks here. We're gonna take them and sell them at the carpentry. Those of you who have been following along will know that we never bought the carpentry. The old boy who used to own the sawmill behind me here wanted to keep his hands on the carpentry, see if he can't make it work some money. We got a clause in our contract means we can't make an offer or even invest in the next 12 months. But fair's fair. If he's gonna buy our planks at a fair price, then I'm happy to chuck him to business. Say, I best get back to the farm. I said I'd cultivate that field once the YouTube guy was done.
Right, I think I'm there. That looks pretty tidy. Let's just get that lifted up. I think also I've just seen Dusty come in. What time is it? 4:32. Yeah, it is pushing on. It's taken a while to do this field, as I predicted. So the next thing we want to do is get some liquid fertilizer on here. I haven't bought any solid, and also I don't want to change it around with the lime that's in the spreader there. So we'll stick on the sprayer, and I think maybe Dusty can finish the spraying and the cultivating.
Man, I think I picked up a puncher on the way. It's either on the back of the trailer or on the truck. That's all I need.
I don't know where Dusty is. It's been a while. I saw him come up with the truck with the JCB on the back. Thought he'd be over here by now. I mean, it's not like it takes a while to walk over. The sprayer's all in position. I don't want to wait too long if he's going to be a while. Might as well give everything a check over. Yeah, it's all good. Plenty of spray in there, plenty of fertilizer. Booms are clean, nozzles are clean, everything's well adjusted. Yeah, come on Dusty, where are you?
Well, I ain't got time to look at that now. I'll have to fix that puncture another day. Oh hell, looks like the YouTube guy's already waiting.
Oh, well, you know what, I'm not going to wait any longer, I'm just going to get going.
Hey computer guy, I'm here. I picked up a puncher on the way back. I ain't gonna deal with it now. I know you need me here.
Oh, alright Dusty, thanks. Yeah, I'll hop out. I was going to start spraying myself. Everything's all set up and ready to go.
Well, thank you very much. I'll get going right now.
Just giving the cultivator a quick check over while Dusty's doing the field. I think this is all ready to go. So we've actually had a pretty productive afternoon. Fields are looking tidy, and this one I think we'll be able to get something in the ground fairly soon. Oh, I'm really excited. March is going to be an absolute banger. We have got a lot to do in March, including those of you who have been watching along for a while, our new production chain, which I kind of got involved with really early on here. Spent a whole whack of money, and all the machinery's just been sat in storage for the last 6 months. So yes, March is going to be the month. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed today, because I certainly have. And I know Dusty's been busy. He's had his little session down in the forest. Where is he? Oh, there he is. And yeah, the sun is starting to drop, as you can see. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We've got about an hour at most left of any decent sunlight. And I think by the time Dusty's done this, it will be dark. So I think that's a great place to finish. Make sure you subscribe, as we said in opening, because we have got some really good episodes coming up. And I'm really excited to see what we do with those new production chains. But until then, thank you for joining us. Take care as ever, and bye-bye.